Hey guys, it's Pride Month. That's something that I'll acknowledge for only about 2 seconds and then promptly forget about, but, you know, it's just get into the spirit. I got my rainbows, although that's pretty much how I always dress. Anyway, I am still on my travels. Actually, that's a lie as well, because I am still in the, I'm still in Dundee right now, so, and it's very quiet in town right now because, because it's currently 5 a.m. I decided to go out for a very early morning walk, and the nice thing about being up here in Scotland, especially up in June, is the fact that the sun rises like really early up here. Like I was watching it rise at about like 3:30 in the morning. So and then I was just like, you know what? I'll come out for a walk, and then and now I'm here. So but I'm not going to be around for too much longer. I'm going to continue on with my travels. So I wasn't entirely lying when I said that I'm still on my travels. I'm actually only got about 2 weeks left in this town, which I'm gonna miss it. It's a nice place. I mean look at how pretty this is. It's just I'm gonna miss this place. But I'm actually gonna be heading down south. Well, to be fair, pretty much anywhere is down south from where I am. Although I did go up to the north coast of Scotland at one point while I was up here, and then I dropped this camera into the ocean. And had to. That's a story on its own, actually, because I had to go and get my. I have this camera on a Best Buy repair plan, so that if I ever if it ever, because I know that I'm clumsy, and I know that that I could just end up totaling it like I did there. Problem is, Best Buy is over in the US and I was over in the UK, and I'm like, how do I even? So yeah, I had a bit of a story where I had to send that off to Texas and get it, get my friend to take it in. But no, anyway, I got about 2 weeks left, and then I'm heading down into England. So, ew, why would I ever do that? Well, I'll tell you why I'm doing that, actually, because just a week after I head down into there, because I'm actually just going down to see some friends, and then a week afterwards I'm heading to Toronto. So, and I'm excited for that. I haven't been to Canada in about 5 years, so, and the last time I went was like in Vancouver in 2013, so very exciting stuff. I pretty much don't have any plans for like what I'm gonna do as I travel, but that's pretty much how I go. I pretty much just wing it every single time that I travel. I didn't even know what I was doing in Portugal until until about a few days before I got there. So that's pretty much how I'm just gonna wing it. And hey, if I know anyone there, then I'll just be like, hey, have you got a couch that I can? I'm just gonna go couch surfing again. That's what I love doing. I'm quite proud of the fact that I'm essentially a nomad. I just travel, and I go where the wind takes me. Although it does cause me to end up in troubles, which is one of the things that I was going to talk about in this video. So, because yeah, like, being a nomad is very much fun. Like, I'm just constantly in new places, so I get to experience things. I always get to, I'm like, things are always changing. I always get a fresh new, I always get a fresh new experience and a fresh new environment to mess around in. But the thing is, it's very abnormal, and so it causes a lot of issues. One of which being the fact that I don't have an address. Now this is just straight up, like, I have no address, not at all, because anytime that I'm traveling, I usually just am either sleeping on a friend's sofa or just like completely winging it with something else, and I don't have like any other place to base myself. So it's not like I have family or anything. So what ends up happening is that whenever I have to put my address somewhere, I'm just sort of like, question mark? I don't know what to write here. And that causes so many issues, way more than you would expect. Most notably whenever I have to prove my address, which seems to happen way too often. I get like, heck, when I got up to Scotland, I found out that to access medical treatment up in Scotland, you actually have to have proof of the fact that you were a local, which I just kind of look at that and I'm like, but why though? Like, why do you need to know that I'm local? I am standing right in front of you, so why do you need to know that I'm here when I'm standing here, you know? Like most of the time when I sign up for a lot of services, I just use some kind of proxy address. Like I'll use, I'll just use one of the addresses that I've stayed in the last few weeks or something, or I'll use a friend's address for a lot of things. But as I said, the big problem comes when someone wants me to prove an address. Again, that happened with me when I was trying to access some medical things, and I was just sort of like, But why? I'm standing right here. You don't need to know that I'm local. I'm standing right in front of you. But no, it's happened with a few other services. One that immediately comes to mind, actually, is PayPal. I had a massive thing with them for 2 months where it was just sort of like they were blocking access to certain parts of my account because they wanted me to prove my identity by proving my address. And I'm just sort of like, but my address is not my identity. Like, my address really only says that I am in X location at some kind of... my address only really says that I am in X location on a permanent basis, which is never true. So, like, me proving my address, me proving my identity with an address is like the most meaningless and stupid thing ever. It just doesn't make sense on any kind of level. And I had like 2 months of going through this with PayPal, and they were not having it. They insisted that I had to prove a address, and yet when I kept on sending them stuff that by their own definition would have been proof of an address, they kept on rejecting it, just sort of being like, yeah, but this isn't good enough proof. And I'm just sort of like, but how am I supposed to prove something that isn't actually true, but you still want me to give you proof anyway? Like, I think that additionally frustrating is the fact that a lot of people will treat me as if I'm lying and insist that, like, I have to have an address because everyone has an address. And I'm just sort of like, but that's not true. The funny thing is, at this point, there are very few things that you can actually sign up for without an address. And whilst in many cases, as I said, I can just put in a proxy address or something like that, a lot of them will put in like a little like disclaimer of something along the lines of like, if this address is false, then you are committing perjury or some other like shit like that. And I'm just sort of like, well, I don't know what you expect me to do in that scenario then. I think I had that with Patreon, actually. I think I remember when I signed up for Patreon, they want an address off me, and then they put like a little, in like little red text or something like, like, this address had better be correct, and I'm just sort of like, it's about as correct as I can make an address. Honestly, though, I wouldn't trade this lifestyle for, like, anything, though, because it's just... It's so rewarding to be able to just be so mobile all the time. It's just awkward that, like, nothing recognizes the fact that... Like, nothing recognizes the concept of having... of not living anywhere on a permanent basis. So, I just kind of have to keep on dealing with the fact that... that everyone wants me to prove something that I cannot prove. Eventually, though, I do intend on having a permanent residence, although given the fact that I intend on buying a giant double-decker bus and converting it into a big mobile home, I don't know how that's gonna fly with still actually having an address, especially given the fact that I may end up moving that around a lot as I keep on going. But, you know, better than nothing, I guess, and you know what? I kind of like the fact that I keep on messing up everyone's systems, even if it keeps on presenting me problems, but, you know, everyone else has to deal. But hey, I've only got a few weeks left until I go to Canada, and that's going to be exciting. If anyone's out there, then let me know. I'd love to come and say hi or something, and, yeah, I'm going to continue on with a bunch of my stuff. I can see the sun rising all the way over there, and that's pretty nice. That's what I like about having these like really early morning walks and such. It's just it gets to be quiet. I can watch the sunrise, although it's pretty much already risen at this point and it's glaring in my face, which makes me look all bright and oh, look at that. I'm really bright right there. I got a lot to sort out in the next few weeks. I'm still working on that video game, the one that I posted a trailer of in the last few weeks. I posted a trailer on my birthday. I don't know how many people saw that, but right here, if you didn't, it's just like I am proud of that. That is like 2 years worth of work right there, and like I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a big project of mine. I think like once I'm done with this, I'm really hoping that it can that it's the sort of thing that, you know, that people will like, that can get popular at one point, and maybe it's the sort of thing that can lead me on to, well, what I said earlier, buying that big double-decker bus and settling down somewhere. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Maybe while I'm out in Canada, or even maybe in the US afterwards, because I'm thinking of heading south from there. I might try and get some like talks or something. Try and like sign up for a convention. I really wanna spread the word about this piece of work that I've been doing, especially since I've been doing more on it since. So yeah, that's how things have been going right now. I'm gonna continue watching the sunrise, and I'll be on a plane in the next few weeks. So see you then.